Yeah, they call me OG Bob. My name is Bobby Warren. However, I've been around boxing all my life. I've been training fighters for 40 years.
Wow.
I'm 85 years old. And I just keep going, man. And I keep trying to do it.
Training fighters for 40 years, you've probably seen it all, heard it all, done it all.
Quite a bit of it, anyway.
Tell me how much do you think boxing has changed from the early days when you first got into it until now?
Well, it's changed. It's changed a lot with the fighters, you know. At one time, all your good fighters, came from the East Coast. It was hard for West Coast fighters to keep up. And that was because combination punches. But then West Coast caught up with combination punches. So now they kind of doing this here. But I think most of your good fighters will come off the West Coast now.
Do you think the mentality of fighters, do you think their mentality has changed? Because I know, like nowadays, it seems like their focus is on money. Now, don't get me wrong, I think even back in the day, everybody was focused on getting money.
But they didn't get much.
Right, they didn't get much. Now they're getting ridiculous amounts of money.
Yeah.
Like, do you think because of that, do you think that's changed the mentality of fighters? Like, do you think they're softer now than they were back then?
Yeah, they're not as hungry as they were then.
That's what I'm getting at.
At one time, you know, like of course you very seldom see it now, 4-round fight, 6-round fight. But 4-round fight you got $50.
Wow.
6-round fight you get 75.
Wow.
And if you fought 8, you might get 100 and so.
Wow.
And I've seen hard fights. I seen Charlie Cato and Vern Lester. I seen them fight 10 of the hardest rounds you ever see in your life. And poor Charlie got $300.
Wow.
He did, dog.
Wow.
$300.
Wow.
Boy, that was tough.
Wow.
But we always thought that boxing would get you a better life, which, you know, it is now, but it took a long time. And then Oakland itself was, that was a fight town. And on Wednesday nights, everybody was at the fights. And it didn't cost much to get in. If you went upstairs, you was in for $1.25.
Wow.
Ringside was $5. And
Wow.
the Oakland Auditorium, it didn't hold about 5,000 people.
Do you think fighters nowadays, because it almost seems like, you know, the old school trainers, there aren't as many around as there were in the past. Do you think some of the techniques, some of the art of the old school fighters, do you think that's getting lost in today's fighters?
Yes, it is. Because like when I was around when youngsters started coming in, and they were all just like certain fighters. They just all fight. You know, nobody was down with the jab, and footwork and what have you. And like when they're teaching, when you're teaching a fighter, my thought and the way I was always taught, you teach your feet first. Because your hands can catch your feet, but your feet can't catch your hands.
That's true. That's what Virgil always tell me.
Yeah, well, I told him that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, just having said that, do you think that the sport has, I don't want to say evolved, but do you think that fighters today fight differently than fighters of yesteryear, or do you still see the same fundamentals?
Basically, you see some of the same things, But then again, you have other fighters that fighters that just come out and fight, and that's what the people in the galleries want. They want to see that. Yeah, they want see a bucket of blood. Pay a small fee to get in and see a bucket of blood.
Yeah, but in that sense, it's almost like the understanding of the art of the sweet science is kind of lost because people,
lost.
Right? Yeah, they're not being educated,
right?
On what's going on.
Like when Floyd fought Pacquiao, see everybody was talking about Floyd didn't do this, that. But when you get Floyd, you can get Floyd, he's going to hit you and try not to let you hit him.
Right.
And that to them, that makes a dull fight. But to people that know boxing, that's what we want to see.
Well, what did you think when you saw that fight? I mean, actually, before you saw the fight, going into the fight, how did you think it was going to play out?
Well, I knew how it was going to play. I knew how it was going to play. I knew what Floyd was going to do, and I knew what, the other guy, he wasn't going to do nothing to him. 'Cause Floyd is educated with boxing. See, so that's what it takes.
Do you think that's kind of the difference between him and other fighters he might face is the intelligence level?
It is. It is. That's how he stayed undefeated. He's boxing and they fighting.
Well, and I think part of the reason why he is that intelligent is because he had that old school training, where a lot of fighters today don't really. I mean, some of these guys are just being trained by their fathers, who just picked it up by reading the book.
Some guy that just walks up in the gym and say, "I'm a fight trainer."
Right. But I mean, but basically, that's what I'm getting at, is that some of those just small little techniques, small little things are being lost.
That's right.
And that's what separates a great fighter.
You see a guy with a jab, but most of them don't have a good jab. All right, Don.
Good now. I'll see y'all.
Take care.
Most of them don't have a good jab. Most of them don't throw a good right hand. They'll throw a right hand, they'll throw a straight right hand, but it's really a right cross. See? Because you got it on you put your shoulder to the mat and you come across your body. See? But it's the way if you just standing square, you're going out here. So when you throw it across, you got more reach.
Right.
Than you got them to being just square.
See, just that little piece of knowledge right there, I think that gets lost.
Yeah, it's lost. They don't know that. And then they got guys that own gyms that don't know nothing about doing nothing like that.
Do you still watch like heavyweight boxing? Because it's a lot different now than it was. Yeah. So
See what made it the heavyweight division just ran wild.
Yeah.
They got too big.
Yeah.
We won't see that. I don't see that.
You think there should be like a super heavyweight division?
Yeah, I do, because I think them 250 and 60-pound guys, man.
It's not fair.
That's not happening.
Yeah.
That's not happening for me.
Yeah, and a lot of them don't even move as fluid as.
I think the best fighter I ever seen was the great Joe Louis.
Really? Wow.
He's the best fighter I ever seen.
Wow.
Yeah.
What was that like? What was that like to see them fight?
The whole country stopped.
Wow.
If people didn't have, and in them days, a lot of people didn't have radios.
Right.
Some people had them.
Right.
And the ones that had them, when Lewis fought, they had a yard full of people.
Wow.
They put the radio in the window.
Right.
Where everybody could hear the fight.
Well, what was that like being a black man and hearing another black man, heavyweight champion of the world? Like, can you even describe what that feeling was like?
Oh, that was a great feeling whenever he fought. And he would win. And like I'll give you a thing about my grandmother, what she told me one day. She had the insurance man was in the house, and he asked me, Lewis was fighting Max Bear. So me being a little kid, Mr. Bear gonna beat him. My grandmother told me, he said, Bobby, I said, yeah, it's wrong. Go outside.
Wow.
Go outside.
Wow.
Yeah, don't answer no more questions. and that was when I first realized what Joe Louis was.
And what he represented.
Partner, it was something.
Wow.
And then you could hear, see, it was a world of prejudice then. Now, like, guys would be standing on the corner around the grocery store and stuff, and people would be bringing in, the workmen would be bringing the bread and all this kind of stuff. And, us being black, we always got something funny to say.
Right.
So this one guy, the bread man came up, so this one guy said, he was telling me, he said, man, when Joe Louis hit that guy, he said, spaghetti flew everywhere.
Wow.
And he had to take off.
Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy.
It's something else.
It's gotta be.
We had papers, newspapers, weekly newspapers, Pittsburgh Courier, Chicago Defender, stuff like that. You know, and that's where you kept up with. That's where I first seen Ray Robinson was in the paper.
Wow.
You know.
Wow.
Read about him, fell in love with him. There it was. You know.
Wow. That's gotta be. It's really gotta be special for someone like you to have lived through all that and know what life was like back then, and to see how Joe Louis, Muhammad Ali, you know, all these great names and in the sport of boxing played a role in changing, you know, the way America is, and up until the point where, you know, we now have a black president.
Black president,
Yeah. That's amazing.
Something I never thought we'd see.
Right.
I never thought we'd see.
Well, even when it was about to happen, I still didn't think we'd see it.
No.
So, wow.
Yeah, man, it was, you know, back in those days, it was tough. It was tough. You know, days like, you know, when I was going to school, we'd be coming down the sidewalk, white people coming from the other way, you know. And everybody's trying to hold their ground, so we bumping into each other. You know. And if the police ever came, we knew what was going to happen.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Wow.
But it's, you know, it's a lot better now. You know, because people now, you know, World War II changed a lot of people. You know, because it put money in the house. You know, not a whole lot, but money. It was better than that $5 a week and $15 a week.
Right.
It was
Right.
better than that.
Right.
You know?
Wow.
And that's where black people begin to pick up a little bit.
Well, let me before I let you get out of here, because I know it's getting late and everything, but let me hear your top 5, no particular order, but your top 5 boxers in history. Obviously, Joe Louis.
Joe Louis.
Sugar Ray Robinson.
Ray Robinson.
Okay, got 2.
Sandy Sadler.
Wow, good one.
Holman Williams.
Another good one.
And Archie Moore.
Archie Moore.
However, I went to school with a guy.
Who?
Leonard Morrow.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
That knocked Archie Moore out in one round.
Wow.
In one round. Leonard had just gotten out of high school.
Wow.
Yeah.
You guys went to high school together?
Yeah.
Oh, so
He
you
was
knew.
in front of me, yeah.
So you knew he was a fighter back then.
Yeah, well, he came. What happened was he was fighting with he was training with John Henry Lewis, who was the light heavyweight champion of the world at one time. For a long time, he was the only black that Lewis had fought. John Henry had cataracts, and that's why he had to retire. Lewis knocked him out in one round.
Wow.
Well, Leonard, John Henry was training Leonard, but he wasn't doing too good a job. So he came over to our part of the gym, which was handled by a guy by the name of Alan Moore, who was schooled by a guy named Scipio Thompson, whose son, young Jack Thompson, was like the welterweight champion back in the 20s.
Wow.
So we had pretty good schooling there.
I see.
And then and Leonard stopped Archie Moore in one round.
Wow.
Then that's the way things went. Then they forced a rematch.
Yeah.
Took him to Toledo. Back in the state.
Yeah.
And where they could do what they wanted.
Right.
And he got hurt in that fight. He got hurt. But he did fight some more. He fought as a heavyweight now. But he was a good fighter.
Right. What's the best fight you've ever seen? All time.
The best fight? When you say the best, now what do you want? This one to
Well, just you're right, because that is a loaded question. Okay, 2 questions. What was the best technical fight? Like, who did you think put on the best technical performance? And what was just the best, you know, knock 'em down, drag out fight that you saw?
The best knock 'em down, drag out fight was Charlie Cato, Vern Lester, which they called him Top Row Allen. He was out of San Francisco. And that was the fight we started off talking about.
Right.
where the guy got $300.
Wow.
That was a war.
For $300.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
And then the best technical fight I seen Robertson school Earl Turner.
Wow.
Earl Turner was the local draw here in Oakland. He drew more money than anybody in Oakland. And in 1949, Robertson came here and fought him. And I seen a lot.
Did you expect that fight to turn out like that?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Really?
I didn't believe nobody was gonna beat Robertson.
Wow.
That was that, man.
Wow. Well, I definitely appreciate you taking the time to talk to me. But before I let you go, I got one last question for you. What would be one thing you would want to tell the young boxing generation? You know, just like fans that are watching the sport today. What's one message you'd like to give to them just about the sport?
About how to watch about or
Just
what?
anything. Just you know, if you had one message you wanted to leave with people watching this.
Well, I would say you should sit down yourself and study and read as much as you can, and then you have something to pass on about other fighters. You know, about what was good and what was bad. And the main thing is know when a fighter's in shape. And if you had to pass it on to a youngster, please stress that get in shape.